Have you ever engaged in a serious debate over which is better, Harry Potter or Lord of the Rings? Have you ever played Smash or Pass using only characters from Star Wars and Marvel movies? If you answered yes to any of these questions, we have the podcast for you. Listen to The Steam Gentlemen, the podcast where an expert panel convenes to ask the questions about pop culture and social commentary that other podcasts are afraid to ask. Listen to The Steam Gentlemen on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you listen to podcasts. Ladies and gentlemen, Wrestling Fans International Association is back. That's right, the premier fan club association of the 1970s and 1980s has been revived and is back in business. Join today. It's free at thewfia.org. That's thewfia.org. You can also join us on Facebook at facebook.com/groups/WFIA 1969. Welcome back, everybody, to the 1987 Supermod. I am your host, as always, Brad Drake, and this is the World Wrestling Federation. We continue on with our ever-popular WWF series, everybody, and tonight we are in the BEEGHLY Center, and that is in Youngstown, Ohio. Everybody, please excuse my voice, and if my voice should crack during the recording, I am actually just overcoming COVID, and it wreaked absolute havoc on my voice, breathing, sinuses, everything else. So please have patience with me, and hopefully everything sounds okay. All right, we are doing a house show here, a live event tour, so there's nothing going to be broadcasted. Nothing but the usuals are out here. Backstage incidents. Lalani Kai with Harley Race. Uh-oh. Graham and Ventura, and of course we have Steamboat and Williams. So nothing except what we expect. Let's take a look at our card for this evening, everybody. Remember, those with asterisks were either edited from the real matches or added to. For example, Outback Jack versus Killer Khan was originally supposed to be Junkyard Dog. Excuse me. I'm sorry, everybody. That's what I'm talking about with this COVID. That was originally supposed to be Junkyard Dog versus Killer Khan. So we're going to give a rundown here of the card. Keep that asterisk in mind. Tiger Chung Lee is going to face David Sammartino. The Shadows will battle the Young Stallions. Outback Jack is going to be in singles action against Killer Khan. Hillbilly Jim will face Dino Bravo. The Outlaw, Ron Bass, is going to mix it up with Billy Jack Haynes. Greg the Hammer Valentine will meet Hacksaw Jim Duggan. Nikolai Volkoff is going to battle the Olympian Ken Patera. We have a strap match, everybody. Hercules will face the living legend Bruno Sammartino. In our semi-main, everybody, the Islanders are going to battle Strikeforce. And in our main event, everyone, King Harley Race will face the Macho Man Randy Savage. With that said, with all of that said, everybody, let's get to booking. And here we go with our opening bout, Lee versus David Sammartino. And we will plug them both in here. Here is Tiger Chung Lee. Here is David Sammartino. I just saw something online yesterday where somebody was trying to compare the career of David Sammartino to that of David Flair. It was probably the worst comparison I've ever heard of, considering the fact that David Sammartino actually had some talent and trained out of his father's spotlight in Texas before making his pro debut. And you can't compare those two one bit. David Sammartino was an athlete. He looked legit. And David Flair did not. David Flair just looked like a weak young kid. David Sammartino did not look like a weak young kid. He was a powerhouse. And I always thought David Sammartino was decent in the ring. All right, the Shadows are in there against our Young Stallions. The Young Stallions, Jimmy Powers is going to get the win here for his team. Next, we have Outhouse Jack. That's right, I just said it. Outhouse Jack. Outback Jack against Killer Khan. They are also going to go 8 minutes here. So here we are. Outback Jack versus Killer Khan. We're going to leave this one open then because it doesn't matter to me who wins here. Outback Jack just never turned out to be exactly what everybody hoped he was going to be. Killer Khan is at the end of his career here. He had a very successful career, many different territories. If I'm correct, he worked some main events against Bruno Sammartino in the 70s. And next, we have Hillbilly Jim against Dino Bravo. They're going to go 10 minutes. And here we are with Hillbilly Jim. And here is Canada's strongest man, Dino Bravo. And a very long career with the World Wrestling Federation dating back to the 1970s. Ron Bass and Billy Jack Haynes are up next. They're going to go 10. And I think in real life, I think Billy Jack Haynes was gone from the WWF at this point. But don't quote me on that. I'm not 100% certain. Here is Billy Jack Haynes. And this one, we're going to also leave open-ended. That one's in the books. All right, Valentine, Greg the Hammer Valentine against Jim Duggan up next. They're going to go 12 minutes. Here is Greg the Hammer Valentine. Here is Hacksaw Jim Duggan. This one is in the books. Volkoff versus Patera is up next. And here is Nikolai Volkoff, big man. He was actually at the end of his career here. His best days were behind him, unfortunately. Hacksaw is going to get the win here for Old Glory. That'll make the Youngstown crowd happy. And here we go, Hercules and Sammartino in a strap match. I, of course, clicked on the wrong thing there. I think they're going 16. Let me double check. Yes, 16. And of course, we indicate that with strap match. Hercules versus Sammartino. Here we go. And let's roll down there to, there it is. Okay. All right, so here is the mighty Hercules. Of course, there's Bruno Sammartino first. Here is the mighty Hercules. And we'll leave that one open-ended. That one's booked out. Good to go. Next, we have the Islanders and Strike Force. They're going to go 18. Here are the Islanders, of course, under the tutelage of Bobby the Brain Heenan. Here is Strike Force. We are going to have Strike Force get the victory here, everybody. And we're going to have Rick Martel get the win after his former partner, Tom Zank, abandoned him, and he is now on his own with his new partner, Tito Santana. And here we go. Here comes our big main event, which is Harley Race versus Macho Man Randy Savage. They're going to go 25 minutes here. Here is the King, Harley Race. Here is the Macho Man, Randy Savage. And we are going to have the Macho Man get the victory here, everybody. This one's going to be an epic. These two have the knowledge and ability to do it. And we should have ourselves an outstanding card here. 150 minutes, 2.5 hours. Good stuff. Let's start the show and see how we do. Tugger Chung Lee against David Sammartino, and David gets the win with that torture rack. 44 overall for these two. Up next here, we have the Young Stallions getting the win over the Shadows. 61 for these two teams. Killer Khan against Outback Jack, Outhouse Jack. Killer Khan gets the victory here, everybody. 54. And we have Dino Bravo getting the win over Hillbilly Jim with that side suplex. 71 overall for these two. Not a bad score for this short of a match. Not a bad score at all. All right, Ron Bass and Billy Jack Haynes. Billy Jack Haynes gets the win with the full Nelson. And I can't help but laugh remembering when Bobby Heenan used to call him Billy Jerk Haynes. And here we go. Greg, the Hammer Valentine's going to face Jim Duggan here. Hacksaw Jim Duggan. And Duggan gets the win with the running clothesline tackle. And I double booked Jim Duggan, didn't I? Heck yeah, I think I did. I think I screwed this up and accidentally plugged in Jim Duggan. I did. Oh, man. Anyway, Bruno Sammartino defeats Hercules here in a strap match. As you can see, everybody, my brain hasn't quite recovered yet from COVID, and I'm not thinking properly. 81 overall for this one. Outstanding score for Hercules against Sammartino here. I'll take it. The Islanders against the Strike Force here, and of course, Strike Force gets the win by submission with that Boston Crab. Nice 84 score here for the semi-main. Here comes our main event, everybody, and Macho Man Randy Savage gets the win with that flying elbow drop over King Harley Race. They go 25 minutes. 96. Outstanding score for this one. Let's go ahead and finish it up here, everybody. We get some popularity. We are going to point out Randy Savage. We are going to point out Harley Race. And we're also We're also going to point out... Why don't we point out Jim Duggan? Did a good job here. And we have great performance, good performance. We're going to make that speech. Savage is pleased, Race is pleased, and Jim Duggan is pleased. The man that accidentally pulled a double shot for us. That, of course, is going to finish up that one. We are moving right along back to New York. We'll be running the Broome County Veterans Auditorium, I believe it was called. And looks like our page has loaded. It has. Iron Sheik is going to do some work here with Joe Pedicino, Superstars of Wrestling. Good for him. Ooh, Dusty Rhodes and Barry Windham have won the World Tag Team title over the Road Warriors. Good for them. That's kind of cool stuff to see. All right, the Shadow number 1 and Dino Bravo are tired. And this one, everybody, is going to come to a close for us. We'll be back in action, moving on to New York for our next live event tour scheduled event. So for those of you that are new to the channel, please make sure you hit that subscribe button and drop us a message below. Let us know how you found the channel, what you think of it so far. If you're looking for more, you can find it over on Patreon, patreon.com/PowerCast Network. There you will find access to all of our shows early and YouTube ad-free. You will get access to all of our spreadsheets, version 10.1 of the Supermod, and so much more, everybody. Check it out today. That's patreon.com/PowerCast Network. It's just $5. And don't forget, everybody, to check us out on social media, facebook.com/groups/1987 Supermod. And don't forget to join Wrestling Fans International Association today, everybody. It's free at thewfia.org. Thanks for tuning in. See you next time.